minute can open your eyes. One book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power. Read and rise higher. 9 tree. Better life begins in a book.
Hello, I'm Sebastian. Welcome to 9 Trees podcast. Today, I will summarize and review the book. In The Wild Edge of Sorrow, Rituals of Renewal and the Sacred Work of Grief, Francis Weller offers a profound insight into the complex terrain of grief and how it shapes our emotional and psychological landscapes. Drawing from his vast experience as a psychotherapist and his knowledge of diverse cultural practices, Weller presents grief not as something to be feared or avoided, but as an essential part of our humanity that holds the potential for deep personal transformation and communal healing. The book provides a comprehensive exploration of the myriad ways grief touches our lives, advocating for the acknowledgment and embracing of sorrow as a path to wholeness and renewal. Through a blend of story, theory, and practice, Weller guides the reader on a journey to understand and engage with grief's gut-wrenching yet soul-making capacities. In doing so, he illuminates the sacred work involved in grieving, offering hope and solace to those navigating the wilderness of sorrow. I will give you key takeaways from this book. Firstly, the 5 gates of grief. Francis Weller introduces the concept of the 5 gates of grief, a framework that broadens our understanding of grief beyond the conventional association with death or loss of a loved one. These gates include everything from the expected loss of someone close to us to the more subtle forms of grief that arise from living in a culture that often marginalizes connection, deep emotion, and the acknowledgement of the vast array of losses we experience on a personal and communal level. The 5 gates are the loss of someone we love, the parts of ourselves we deny or suppress, the sorrows of the world, what we expected and did not receive, and ancestral grief. This comprehensive approach invites readers to consider and mourn the losses that have shaped their lives, encouraging a richer, more compassionate internal landscape. Secondly, the role of ritual in grieving. Weller emphasizes the importance of ritual in the grieving process, highlighting how traditional societies have always understood the necessity of marking loss with communal ceremonies and rituals. He provides both historical and cultural context for these practices, demonstrating how they can offer validation and healing in the face of sorrow. The author also offers guidance on creating personal and collective rituals that honor our grief, allow for expression, and facilitate psychological and emotional healing. By engaging in ritual, individuals and communities acknowledge the pain of loss, while also weaving it into the larger tapestry of life, thereby restoring a sense of connection and belonging that is often severed in the wake of grief. Thirdly, the necessity of mourning. Weller argues that mourning is an essential process not only for the health of the individual, but for the well-being of the entire community. He dismantles the contemporary cultural taboos around expressing sorrow and highlights the dangers of unexpressed grief, which can manifest as depression, anxiety, physical illness, and a pervasive sense of alienation. Through personal stories, psychological insights, and examples from his practice, Weller demonstrates how mourning can transform grief into a source of strength and renewal. He shows how openly expressing and sharing our sorrows can dismantle isolation and foster a deep sense of community and mutual support, healing the fragmented sense of self and society. Fourthly, grief as a path to wholeness. In this section, Weller presents grief as a potent vehicle for personal growth and transformation. He delves into how the honest confrontation with our sorrow and loss can catalyze a profound journey towards wholeness and integration. By fully experiencing and embracing the depth of our grief, we have the opportunity to encounter the full range of our humanity, thereby cultivating a deeper empathy for ourselves and others. Weller explores how this process opens up spaces within us for new insights, creativity, and a more profound connection to the world. This paradigm shift challenges the reader to view grief not as an enemy to be feared, but as a wise teacher and guide towards liveliness and renewal. Lastly, building resilient communities through shared grief. In the final section of the book, Weller advocates for the cultivation of communities that can hold and process grief collectively. He underscores the importance of creating spaces where people can come together to share their stories of loss and sorrow, which in turn fosters a robust communal fabric capable of supporting its members through the inevitabilities of life's hardships. Weller suggests practical ways individuals and communities can come together to witness each other's grief, thereby breaking down the walls of isolation and individualism that pervade modern society. By investing in these shared practices, we not only heal our collective wounds, but also build resilience against the challenges yet to come, reinforcing the idea that we are all interconnected in our sorrows and our joys. In conclusion, The Wild Edge of Sorrow is essential reading for anyone who has faced or will face loss in their life. In other words, it is a book for everyone. Francis Weller's compassionate and insightful guide to the grieving process transcends the usual discourse on the subject, offering a comprehensive and healing perspective on the nature of sorrow. Through the exploration of rituals, the necessity of mourning, and the communal aspect of grief, Weller not only helps us navigate our personal landscapes of loss, but also teaches us how to do so in a way that heals and enriches our communities. This book benefits readers by framing grief as a sacred and transformative journey towards understanding, acceptance, and integration. It is a profound reminder that within our deepest sorrows lies the potential for our greatest growth and connection. If you would like to support Francis Weller, you can buy the book through the Amazon link I've provided in the podcast description. After reading the book, please let me know what you think and share your thoughts. See you around.
1 minute can open your eyes. 1 book can open your world. Knowledge gives you power, read and rise higher. 9 tree, better life begins in a book.